Welcome back. Today I'm starting my HAED. I could not wait until the 1st, so I'm starting now. I have the Olympics on in the background. We're watching the part 1 for the eventing dressage, so you'll hear them talking, I'm sure, in the background. Some dulcet tones today. So yeah, I'm just gonna get started. This might be a little awkward for me to work around because I normally have my project set up differently. I think I've mentioned that before. That's okay. We'll get through it together. So this is my first HAED. It is my first, I guess I should finish my cross. It's my first HAED, my first full coverage, my first time working on 25 count anything. This is 25 count Lugana. I am doing 2/1. I thought about doing tent stitch, but ended up deciding that's not what I'm doing. So I'm doing 2/1 full cross. I'm using the Pattern Keeper app. And I will be cutting my threads as we go. I have not, all my flosses are new. I haven't cut anything to length or anything like that, like I should have. But I was just too excited to get started. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 6. 1, 2. Alright, I need to move my needle keeper.
And it was easy with the points we got with the flagship card from Aimee.
So I'm gonna try the parking method. I haven't done it before. And I have to figure out how to mark it in the app.
Navy Federal Credit. Our members are the mission.
Here's what to a person that's a game period. If your skill gets you a platform, speak your truth. See disability as a strength.
Lots of movement.
Believe swimming builds confidence.
Create a way.
Because no matter what you achieve in your game, it's just the start line. For the potential
If anybody knows how to mark a park,
Toy, proud sponsor team.
then that would be awesome.
Volvo plug-in hybrids.
I found it.
For all the girls in back
Park
seat.
thread in lower left corner.
The animal
Ah,
lovers.
look at that. So I do recommend using the Pattern Keeper app. I have watched too many people cross-stitching already, and I see so much value in it. It's only, I think it's less than 10 bucks. I don't remember. Maybe it was only like 4 or 5. 38, 34 is a purple. So I do have my threads organized in, oh, zoomed in, sorry. In a box. And that's all I've done with them. So what I'm doing, I saw somebody else do this, is unwinding their thread fully and then folding it twice. Maybe it's 3 times. I think it's twice. And then snipping both ends, and then I have the perfect length for what I like to work with typically. If it was easier to move my video, I would show you, but it's not the easiest thing. So what I'm going to do is I see a couple, my next 2 colors, in my the third color I'll work on, so 2 colors from now. There are a number of stitches that I will be able to work with easily. So I'm going to go ahead and get both of them cut and on the needle, and I'll be right back. Alright, well, I loaded up my next 2 needles, but then I realized I want to finish this whole first box. So I'm just going to put in these last few stitches on this, and then I have my next 2 ready.
Because eventing is often the first discipline we get underway with at these games. Leipheimer for Karen Dockers was top 20 at the Europeans in 2021.
And hope that I've counted correctly.
Karen also has got a real reputation for having horses that move beautifully and then being able to ride them for a very good score.
Okay. Just double and triple checking as I go.
This horse was a stallion sort of quite big, which is probably why he's quite got a good crest on him.
Which is the shape of his neck.
Thank you. Exactly what is a crest. It's the shape of the neck in our game. Very proficient dressage rider, as has been explained. Lives in a pretty flat area, so she uses a leg.
Trying to keep my hand out of the frame as much as possible so you can see the work and not my hand.
Dressage takes fitness. Dressage needs to be fit. Just not quite as open in his natural pace as some of the ones we've seen carried on, but a very nice extended walk, opening up the frame.
So like I mentioned, my goal for
The look of the whole horse.
is to get at least 100, my first 100 stitches in on this today. And then see where I go from there.
So I suppose it's like a really intense CrossFit session. You're going from exercise to exercise to exercise really quickly.
That's probably easier to
I'm
understand.
trying to see how long it takes me to get 100 stitches done on my HAED.
You would expect. See her left leg going right back on the rib cage.
I have a couple other HAEDs that I've gotten fabric for now, and I might try 10 stitch on my next one when I do 25 count. Right now I'm doing 2/1. And they're just really big stitches for such a small space. So I think I could get good coverage on a 2/1 tent. The only reason I'm not doing it on this is because I'm making this for a friend, and I just want to make sure that it's, you know, as good as I can make it.
We have some of our show jumpers just in their early 60s. We have a pure dressage rider, 65 years old at these games. Yes, maybe it's more sedate out here with the skateboarding, where there are 11, 12 and 13-year-olds, but we are Olympians. They are laying down the shorts here. Karen Donkers said so. Actually scores 26.6. That is good enough for second place.
Whoops. Where do I want to park this? Well, if I'm working on the diagonal, I would park it up here, so we'll try that. So it's 3 and then 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. And I'm going to take the needle out. Mark what I've done.
Finish at 16-2. So far, it is Belgium, Germany, France,
Sorry, I'm doing another purple. This is, if anybody cares, this is 38, 34. The last one was 33. Again, going to do a loop start here.
world's best, really, when sport being somewhat European. So Spain qualified for 2 individual, 2 different tracks. So they went to say they
So for as big as this piece is, I'm actually really surprised that it is only 89 colors. I guess it's not a max or they've got another one that I can't think of off the top of my head. But I guess I was just expecting it to have more colors and more confetti. I am not mad that this does not have more confetti though. I very purposely did not get a max color for my first project, for my first HAED. 1, 2. One, 2. All right, after this color, I'm going to have to resituate myself because there's too much of me leaning to my project, and it is not going to be great for a long-term situation. And maybe I can get a better video for you as well.
also to see how this is marked. Goes on my favourite face. He's lovely getting his nose just out in front of the vertical front of the which he needs to be just moving his head up a little bit after transition back to normal lovely test.
So again, a good achievement for a country to pick up not one, but two individual spots at these games and at scale. There's first
Oh, I can't get through. There you go. Oh, this is a painful position to sit in. All right. So to mark them, and this guy is going to part. One row down at the edge. All right, I'm going to reposition myself and be back. All right, this is turning out to not be the easiest thing to stitch and film, but we'll see if I have found a better position for myself ergonomically to work on this. Where's... okay. So this color is 938. So as I work this, I'm anticipating it will get easier. Because right now I'm just having a hard time knowing where my needle is on this specific fabric. Which means I'm having trouble finding my holes. I don't think that will cross them. Is that a cross? Yeah, I feel like that isn't crossed. So currently my issue is I'm working on this with the fabric sideways to my body instead of looking at it up and down, how I normally would. And I'm not used to working with a grid. So it's a little bit in my way. But all these things I will get used to with time. Let me make sure to. Alright, I have not gone too far on anything yet.
Bearing down on you 2 kilometres up there, he's climbing to meters now. You think, oh, this is so sad. This I knew it can happen because I knew my horse. I really did hope it wouldn't happen in the Olympic Games.
And what's slightly more frustrating, a second Olympic Games as well. He's ridden this test, he's been in this environment, albeit in the very particular circumstances of Tokyo behind closed doors. Unbelievable, and it does go back. We've seen 1 or 2 horses as much as try and ride the test in sections, so you're not giving away the idea to them. They do learn quite quickly.
So once I've done my first square, I think from there I'm gonna go on the diagonal. I just wanted to get a square in to start. But I do have it set to do the diagonal on my Pattern Keeper app. So I feel like this first box will be, these first 100 stitches will help me get my groove. And then I can kind of take off a bit. I also feel like it'll go a lot faster once I've started getting all of these colors started and just on the fabric and cut and so I would love to know, does anybody else, I don't really watch sports, not usually, but I will watch the Olympics. I would love to hear if anybody watches, if you watch the Olympics, if you enjoy sports generally, And if you are watching the Olympics, what are you watching right now? Got a knot in the back of my thread. I love the equestrian because I've ridden horses pretty much my entire life and did some eventing and some hunter jumping and dressage and all of the things at one point or another. Also love watching gymnastics and diving and synchronized swimming and I will put other sports on like water polo or cycling or track, cross country. I will put all of those things on. But typically only during the Olympics will I watch sports most of the time anymore. And then I'll watch like the Super Bowl just because it's and the Thanksgiving Day football, the Lions game.
Team gold medalists at last year's Asian Games and Zoom over soil. They have been becoming more and more of a power in eventing at those Asian Games over the last few cycles.
Asian Games is run at halfway levels, freestyle level.
I might have to not be a two-handed stitcher on this count fabric. Because it's easier for me to find the holes with my right hand since I'm right-handed. Trying not to flip this over, but this thread, it was knotting when I was untangling it to cut it. It's knotting now. So when I get knots, usually I can just kind of play with it and my needle and get it to come out. And for me, it's a sign that I need to just let it hang and unspin itself. I'm not sure why I'm having issues with this specific color. And I've heard other people say it might be like the dye process. Yeah, I think I got it. It could be the dye for that specific color. Because they're all made, they'll have the same composition. So I guess I'll fuss with this a bit longer and come back when I have it done. All right, I got it. It didn't actually take me too long. Finish up this color.
So this is your first time buying one? Yeah, it's just honestly, it's the best exciting parts of I know, this can all seem a bit overwhelming, but everything's making nice from the other day. Go along with pieces to make sense. Information about financing, inspections. And if you haven't looked at it yet, let's go through it together. Okay. Expertise. Just one of the many ways an agent is a realtor works for you.
If you see flies entering the video, 'tis the season. They're really annoying. That's 3. Right, last one of that color in this box. So I'm gonna park it here. Mark where I parked. Alright. On to the next. I'm going to cut a few more. And I think I'm gonna stop recording there for right now. We've done 38 stitches. I'm going to go ahead and finish this box. Ultimately, I'd like to get 500 stitches done in this. Probably not today, but over the next 2 days for a group challenge that I'm doing. And I will work on this for a while, and then I'm going to switch over to the panda and finish that off with you. I've got like almost 200 French knots to do. So we'll have a couple days of finishing the panda. 200 French knots, about 200 or 300 full stitches, and a little bit of back stitching, and we'll have the panda done. So thank you for joining me today, and we will see you again soon. Thanks.